She spoke without meeting my eyes, her gaze fixed on the floor, tiny fists clenched around the hem of her dress. I don't want to go back. I want to stay here. Her voice barely registered, quiet and lifeless, a kind of weariness no 6-year-old should carry. I knelt beside her, gently swept the strands of hair away from her face. "Why, sweetheart?" I asked softly. The room fell still. Her bottom lip quivered slightly, but her eyes stayed dry. Not because she wasn't hurt, because she'd learned not to cry. Because when Mommy drinks, she locks me in the closet. The words landed like shattered glass on a tile floor. Not screamed, not wept, just spoken, plainly, painfully. My breath caught halfway up. I couldn't speak. Something deep inside me, something I had buried long ago, slowly fractured. I called her mother. My tone was flat, mechanical. "It's getting late. Should I bring her back?" There was a long pause on the other end, heavy with static. Then came the familiar feigned concern, cloaked in irritation. "She can stay the night if you want. She's always happier there anyway." That word, happier, echoed in my chest. Not with me, not with her mother. Just there, anywhere but home. She always wore the same suffocating perfume my sister used to wear when we were kids. A fake citrus scent, sharp and sweet with something sour beneath. I hated it then. I loathed it now. I ended the call. My niece sat quietly on the couch, clutching the stuffed bunny I gave her last Christmas. Her eyes followed me with guarded stillness. She didn't trust grown-ups anymore. Now I knew the reason. I didn't react. Not yet. Not when she flinched at the jingle of my keys. Not when she tucked half a snack behind the pillow like she expected punishment for not finishing it. Not even when I noticed a faint discoloration on the back of her arm as she reached for the remote. I turned to the internet. I read articles, found records, browsed forums. I played the role, the concerned aunt, temporary caretaker, just trying to get answers. I got the number of her school counselor. I made quiet trips to the pharmacy. I followed her mother's social media. Filtered selfies, clinking glasses, captions dripping with delusion. #MomLife. #HealingJourney. #MyWorld. Attached to a photo of my niece, smiling faintly, though the slight swelling under one I tried to tell a different story. I didn't confront her. I observed the way she slurred her words in voicemails at 2 a.m, the forced laughter when I asked how things were at home, the constant deflection, always someone else's fault. I took photos, logged timestamps, captured messages. I asked my niece gentle questions, ones that wouldn't scare her. She rarely said much. But silence, I learned, has its own kind of truth. Kids don't always speak with words. Sometimes they tell you everything when they stare out a window and say nothing at all. So I waited, I watched, I gathered threads. Eventually, the school counselor called me back. Her voice shook. Mine didn't. There were prior reports, she said. But nothing was ever confirmed. Her mother withdrew her before we could follow up. I already knew. Still, I thanked her. I compiled everything. Bruises, photos, online posts, the report from school, the counselor's email, and a crayon drawing from my niece's notebook, a thick black sketch of a closet door. I placed it all in a manila folder. That evening, I invited her mother over, poured wine, smiled like nothing was wrong, lied because that's what she understood best. She laughed about old relationships, complained about her job, pretended exhaustion explained everything. I handed her the folder without saying a word. She opened it. At first, she flipped through it slowly. Then she paused. Her hand stilled. Her eyes finally lifted, and for the first time, she saw me, and she knew. I made copies. I said, voice even measured. She didn't say anything. I've already sent everything to Child Protective Services and the police. Still, no words. Just the color draining from her face. Fear real, earned fear, looks different. It's quiet, ashen. I laid it all out. Names, dates, the night. She drove drunk with her daughter in the back seat. Her mouth opened, but nothing came out. No denial, no argument. She knew, and I added, I filed for custody. There was a pause, a long one. She wants to stay here, I said. And this time, someone's going to believe her. I stood. She didn't. Couldn't. She left without a word. No yelling. No slamming doors. Just a faint sound of her unsteady footsteps fading into the night. I locked the door behind her. My niece was upstairs, fast asleep. Her face looked calm for once, untroubled, safe. I sat on the edge of the couch, watching the hallway like something might return. But it didn't. And I knew it never would. Sometimes justice doesn't scream. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it looks just like you. That night, I finally understood. The real monsters don't hide beneath beds. They raise children. But not this one. Not anymore.